swing trading. All right, so I want to clarify something really quick, and I think a lot of people are usually investors. They go out there and they want to invest in stocks, and and once again, I always like to do public speakings in front of an audience because little people are a little bit more challenging. They ask you direct questions, and one of them asked me, he says, "Fausto, I don't understand. So you do not invest?" Of course, I invest, and I became a great investor. You know why? Because I knew what was happening over the course of the day. To be a good investor or a good swing trader, you have to learn how to day trade first. It's the movement of the stock that makes an option move. It's the movement of the intraday of a stock that makes a swing trade or an investment. Now, over the years, ladies and gentlemen, I've met very successful people. I've learned from the most successful traders in the world. The thing is this. What I've learned on the first day on the job, I should have never, ever made my first trade. Everything I was doing was totally opposite. And I realized, like I just mentioned earlier, you are as good when it comes to trading as good as your education. And if you have poor education, you'll do poor trades. Okay? And my father always taught me. He says, "Son, you want to be the best at something. You go learn from the best." And over the years, I rang the closing bell with Steve Forbes. I had Ken Fisher, had a presentation CTU. Cybertrading University. I wrote my book. Wiley published it. Loved it so much they wanted to publish it. And also, me and my friends were featured on the front page of Forbes magazine because we pioneered the electronic market. The top right, a bunch of kids tormenting Wall Street. So I've accomplished a lot, but over the years, I wanted to help everybody like you to be successful like me. I started when I was 22 years old. I am now 44. I've mastered the art of trading when I was age of 22. And I kind of mentioned this earlier in other events. I want to bring this up again. If anybody here has been watching the debates, and I'm here to get into politics, Republicans, Democrats, whatever. But the number one thing that constantly keeps coming up with every debate is Wall Street. We got to tax those Wall Street guys. They have to pay more. Oh, the Wall Street guys are the ones that are giving the money to these politicians. It's the Wall Street guys. The Wall Street. Well, what's wrong with the Wall Street guys? You know what? Obviously, they're making a lot of money, right? Well, guess what? You're in the business. So, but why are you not making as much money as them? What are they doing that you're not? Well, guess what? I was one of those guys that worked in the inside. I was a market maker. I know how they trade the market. I know what stocks they trade. I know what they look at. Okay, stocks like KBIO that was up 1,000%. Okay, why did we call that out yesterday and you guys didn't even know about it? Okay, these are things I want to talk about. These things I'm going to train you. But how did I know that? Because I was trained from the best people in the business. So think about this for a second. If you want to learn, you have to earn first. To earn, you have to learn what you're doing. And, over the years, that's why I became, travel around the world. I compete against every school, and I beat every single one of them. Why? Because a lot of people out there are not traders, okay? Just because you could write a book, now all of a sudden you're a professional trader. It's not the way it goes, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go out there and learn before we can earn, because you don't want to be part of the 90% failure rate of the industry. Now, before I start going and talking about trading and how it works and what we traded and how we find them and how to have the right tools, I just want to be clear on something, okay? I am not going to able to teach you how to trade in this presentation. My goal in this presentation, okay, exclusively is an interview. You're out there trying to find the right mentor, and I know for a fact I'm the guy for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a presentation that's going to explain what separates us from the rest of the schools out there. Why are our students more successful than any students out there? Why our students are making thousands and tens of thousands a day, hundreds and millions of dollars a year trading what went through our school. This is my goal. And if this is what you want to do, I'm going to prove it to you today. Because at the end of this presentation, I want to accomplish two things. I want you, number one, the most important one, is I want you to move forward with Cyber Trading University. Or number two, I want you to quit right now and go back to work at McDonald's and hopefully get that $15 an hour job, okay? Because there are two people here. But hopefully you're not going to be the other people, which are the ignorant ones, that think, oh, let me take some free webinars and let me go try it on my own, because that is basically 90% of the failure rate. So now you know what my goals are, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into it about the execution systems. Let's get back into it and learn how to trade. Now, getting back into trading, ladies and gentlemen, the execution system is extremely important. Everybody wants to know, Fausto, who's the best platform? Who's the best? What do you recommend? Who are you using? Forget about that. Doesn't matter what execution system you have. It doesn't matter who your brokerage firm is. You got to learn how to drive the car first. Because you know what? Most people, first thing they do is they open up a brokerage account. They start day trading. They get convinced on some cheap tickets out there, not realizing the only thing that's free is the cheese in the mousetrap. And then, but they forget about the infrastructure that comes around it. How do brokerage firms actually make money? Now, if you think for a second that your brokerage firm, okay, is making money on charging you $5, $10 a ticket, $7 a ticket, you got something coming to you, okay? I mean, you have to understand something. They are trading against you. They are out there making money on every order that you put out there, okay? How do they make it? Not on ticket charges. They make it on something that's called payment for order flow. Anyone know what payment for order flow is? It's about 80% of their profit. Payment for order flow. Anybody know what payment for order flow means? Just give me a yes or no. James doesn't, okay? Anyone else? Nobody knows? Well, Leah, you know because you're a student at CTU. Can anybody tell me, for the ones that know, could you just tell me exactly what does payment for order flow mean? What is payment for order flow? For the ones that do know. I'm shocked that there's so many of you don't know, because this is about 80% of their profit. That's right. They make money on commissions, okay? Fees, yeah. They're basically selling your order. The kickbacks. There you go. They're getting kickbacks. Basically, when you send a message to your brokerage firm that you want to buy Apple or Square or Pier 1 Imports, whatever it may be, okay? What you're doing is you're telling them you want to buy something, but technically, do you really know what the market is? Do you really, really, really know what's going on in the market, or what the real true price is? Do you really know that you're getting real-time quotes? You don't. So what they're going to do is they're going to procrastinate as much as they can, and they're going to go out there and they're going to call up their friends, tell them, hey, I got, Mark wants to buy, 1,000 shares of Square. How much you want to pay me for it? And they'll take that order and they'll say, oh, I'll pay you $200, $300 profit. So what they'll do is they'll buy it on the bid, sell to you on the offer, make the spread, maybe get a little bit of that volatility going on, and then your order gets executed. Now, it sounds like a lot of work, but when you start realizing and they're making $200, $300, $400, several $100s on the trade, then you'd be like, oh, I'll do that all day. Why not? So that's where it comes to trading, ladies and gentlemen. That's where they make money. How about the other one? You ever heard of a dark pool? Ooh, dark pools. You hear people get scared about that. Dark pools, basically, they're going out there and they're just taking stock of their own inventory. They're not even buying the stock for you in the street. They're not going to New York Stock Exchange and buying it. They're going to see if John, who also has a Charles Schwab account, and you have a Charles Schwab account, and they're just crossing the trades. That's all they're doing. And they're going to look for that guy because it's cheaper for them, and they'll make more money doing that. Last thing they want to do is get more moving parts involved and get more people involved. So my point that I'm getting to right now is that half of the people will fail in trading because they open up with the wrong brokerage account. So forget about even just finding about a stock right now. We didn't get to that point right now. What I'm just getting to right now is what I'm talking about is basically having the right brokerage account. All right. So don't worry about brokerage account. Let's learn about how to trade first. Okay. Because you don't want to get caught putting orders out there and getting executed at ridiculous prices. So that's why we have to take matters in our own hands. What is the responsibility to execute my trades, James? Well, basically, their responsibility is just get your order executed. But they're not going to buy for you, James, until they get it cheaper. This is what you do, James. And this goes for everyone else. This is what I want you to do. When you're done with this presentation, I want you to call up your brokerage firm and ask them, can they explain to you what is payment for order flow? Write that down. Actually, it's on your, it's on, write that down. Payment for order flow. Ask them about it, and they have to tell you. And they're going to tell you, oh, it's in the back of your account statements. It's like the surgeon warning, on cigarettes. And then you'll go from there, okay? And then hopefully that will be a wake-up call to you and everybody else. So like, what am I dealing with public transportation? Maybe I should just drive my own car. And that's where direct access comes. Now, the next biggest mistake that people make before we find some stocks to trade is charts, okay? Now, everybody out there wants to learn about this indicator, that indicator. My indicator is better than your indicator. Oh, but my indicator is free. You got to pay 20 cents. Listen, at the end of the day, you're going to look like this kid, okay? Trading is, people make things more complicated than what it is. So let's forget about charting right now, okay? Because charting is past data. You don't want to be a lagger. You want to be a leader. Now, and we're going to learn how to keep charts a little bit simple, okay? Now, let's talk about timing during the day. Leah says, I love that picture. I love it too. And you know what? I've done a lot of on-site events, and you look at people's faces, and they literally, they're just like, huh? I mean, like, they just don't get it. Some people just don't get it. So why go out there and make things more complicated? Okay? Now, timing during the day. Timing is everything when it comes to trading. Timing is not a full-time job. Most of the action happens within the first hour of the open and the last half hour of the close. That's why I got into education. I was only working an hour a day, so I had nothing else to do. So people kept asking me, could you teach me how to trade? After they kept seeing me driving Porsches and Ferraris and Maseratis, they're like, what the hell is a 24-year-old think it's my father's? I'm like, no, it's mine. I work for it. And they asked, what do you do? I said, I'm a trader. They couldn't believe it, So they all want to learn. That's how I got into the education business. So hopefully you guys are going to realize, and that's why I assume a lot of you are here. But going out there to finding stocks, first let's talk about one last important thing before we go out there and start doing some trades, okay? Steven has a good question, though. Does order routing bring the trades to the best offer? No. Order routing is not direct access, Steven. Okay, you want direct access, not order routing. Order routing is they're going to go out there and shop it for the best thing that's best for them, not best for you. Dennis says, why is timing so important? Because the market is only volatile at certain times of the hour when orders come in, and that's it. What car did you drive to work today, Mr. Pugliese? Today I drove my Maserati, so that's basically, I don't know if that makes a difference. But Peter, it's not about me, it's about you. That's the way you got to look at it. All right? Anyway, is it true for all brokers? No. Only certain ones, but 90% of you are doing totally different ones. All right? So let's talk about following money. All right? Basically, the way things go up and go down is due to supply and demand. All right? Now, anyone here ever use something that's called level 3? Anyone use level 3? Anyone? Oops, I gotta hold on one second. I gotta bring this back up. Looks like I got logged out. All right. So basically, level 3 is what we're looking over here on the right-hand side. And hold on a second. We're going to look up the stock that's moving really quick right now is Match. All right, did everyone see Match? Match.com went public today. All right, so anyway, Match is going up. All right, and I'm just going to pause this really quick. And if you look right here, ladies and gentlemen, Match obviously had a nice little open this morning. It went from $12.70. So some of you could probably think about it. Why would I trade Match? Well, Match is up 15% today. All right, and you're probably wondering why is Match up so much, or how did I not go out there and buy Match? Well, and not knowing and how did I know to get in and get out of certain trades? Well, let's look at this for a second. You see today's high, ladies and gentlemen? What happened at 11:30? Does everybody see that? What happened at 11:30? What happened at 11:30? What did the stock do when it hit? What did the stock do at 11:30 when it hit $14? Did it go up or down? It was a drop. It was a reversal, right? It went from $14 all the way back down to $13.60. Now, have any of you guys ever did a trade out there, and as soon as you bought it, the thing goes down. As soon as you sold it, it went up? Ever happened to anyone? Okay. Now, how many times don't you wish that if you knew the stock was going to go down, that you wish you would have got out? Okay. Well, why did the stock go down from 14? Why not 13.80? Why not $15? Why 14? Can anybody tell me? Why is the stock, just like it did just now, it hit 14 and it came back down? Why did it go down from 14? It's a round hole number? That's a different story. Why did it go down from 14? That's right, there was a supply. Do you see a supply out there? Do you see sellers on a chart, guys? How would you have known before it got to 14 to get out? Because the whole idea about being a trader is you have to buy into demand and sell into demand and buy into supply. You got to know when to sell it while people are still buying it. How did you know? Previous resistance? No, absolutely not. That's right. Louis hit the nail on the head. Level 3. Look over here on the right-hand side. These are your buyers. These are your sellers. Okay? If you look right here, these are the shares. 400, 100, 300, right? Look on the offer. And look right around $14. 1,500, 2,000, 4,500. Now, I don't see any thousands and 10,000 shares on the bid, right? They're all on the offer. So that probably explains why it's having a tough time breaking 14. See what I'm saying? It's all about supply and demand. There are orders out there. When there are orders out there, ladies and gentlemen, that's what drives the stock from going up and going down. All right, so let's look at another stock that made some big moves this morning. VRX. Okay? Did anybody see VRX this morning? Anybody trade VRX? It's a stock that went from $260 down to $70. Don't think a $260 stock can get hit? Well, look at this one. VRX. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, these are stocks that we've traded. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my Twitter page. Okay. I'm going to bring up our Twitter page right here at CyberTrading University. And I want you to look right here. Okay. This is yesterday. And VIPS, AVXL, Taser, Sun, Weight Watchers, KBIO. Anyone familiar or trade any stocks yesterday, or saw what happened to them this morning? Anybody saw those stocks? Okay, so let's look at it. So KBIO I gave it 22 hours ago, okay? Now, let's look at KBIO. KBIO, hold on, there we go. There's KBIO. Oops, sorry about that. Just want to blow this up a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay, so KBIO, when I gave you that trade, hold on. Was 22 hours ago. So we do an event that starts at 2:30. We do 2 broadcasts in our trading room. And in our trading room, we do a meeting where we do trading in pre-market at 9 a.m. and we do one that sets us up for the afternoon. And you could see when we called that trade out, we called it right around here, right there. And then obviously the stock had a little bit move, and then finally made a pop from $2 all the way up into the after hours, went all the way to 16, went all the way to $24. So anyway, Denise or anyone else, when was the last time you guys were in a trade that was up 1,000%? Anyone ever in a position that was up 1,000% before? Yeah, not too many of you, right? Okay. Well, here's another one. Taser, or actually, here's a good one, Weight Watchers. Did everybody see what happened with Weight Watchers? Weight Watchers was also one of our trades. And you can see Weight Watchers, we actually traded Weight Watchers a lot. You can see here in our picks, you'll probably see Weight Watchers. We've been trading it for a long time. Angie's List, where is it? Weight Watchers. We were trading this for a long, long time. October 30th, no, it's too far. Yeah, there we are. November 6th, we traded it. November 6th, we traded it again. November 9th. So when you look at this chart right here on the long-term chart, we were trading the stock all the way back from here. Actually, we traded all the way here when Oprah bought into it. So anyway, have any of you guys ever thought about trading Weight Watchers? Anyone ever thought about it? Like, who would trade Weight Watchers? I would definitely trade Apple before I trade Weight Watchers. Well, guess what? Did Apple go from $7 to $28 in a month? Right? I mean, you could risk literally 10 times less money and make 10 times more. Why are we all here? For one reason only, and that is to make money. Okay? Now, the question people probably asking, how did you know these stocks were going up? Where did you find them? Well, here at CyberTrading University, this is what we teach you. We teach you how to work what's off the percentage gainers and losers. We look for buyers and sellers out there. And we got to look at good spreads. We got to look at stocks that have good, look at, I forgot Taser was another big mover. Taser was the one we traded the day before. Look at Taser, what it did. Taser went from $16.80 all the way up to $19. I mean, and look when it did it. Most of all, from 9:30 in the morning to 10:30, the stock literally went from 18, let's just say, hypothetically, all the way to almost $19. Do the math. Who here can make $1,000 in an hour? How many of you would be happy to make $1,000 an hour, spend more time with your family, more time with your kids, whatever it is, just make a day's pay? That's what trading's all about. No, these are not earnings trades, David. These are not earnings. Some of them are. Some of them came out with pharmaceutical drugs. I mean, the KBIO trade. KBIO. What happened with this one? Basically, the drug was like $1, and they raised up to $750. So, and the people are paying for it. So, revenues are pretty damn good. So basically what we do here at CyberTrading University, ladies and gentlemen, to be a very good trader, you first need to have a good mentor. And I think that's where what we're very good at Cybertrade University. We are the oldest running school in the world. We've been teaching for over 20 years. That's how long Cybertrade University has been in business. We are the original webinar technology school before Dell Computers was doing webinars. So Cybertrade University has been around for a very, very long time. And the reason why, and not only that, but we train our students to make you learn as quickly as possible. And most importantly, we are the only school out there that has not one, but 2 rooms where we teach you how to trade and we trade with you. Because 90% of your time is going to be spent on education, 10% of your time is going to be spent on trading. Now, finding these stocks, ladies and gentlemen, and knowing how to trade them, well, how do you become a great trader? You first have to learn how to speak the language. A lot of you just don't know how to find them. You don't know who's buying it. You don't know who's selling it. You're reading out of a book or watching YouTube channels, you know, and trying to pretend. Listen, you are acting as a doctor, okay? Think about it. Would you let someone do brain surgery on your loved ones that never went to med school? Think about it. You're trading your IRA. You're trading your money. Because and you should, because who the hell needs mutual funds and hedge funds anymore? You could do it yourself. You know how they make money? They make money on commissions. Winners and losers. Not only they make money on payment for order flow, but they make money by trading your account. How many of you could say, how many of you really right now could say, oh, I love my mutual fund. I have the best mutual fund in the world. How many of you could say right now that I have the best stockbroker? How many of you could say that I have the best stockbroker than anyone? Can anybody say that? Mark says, not me. There's over almost 200 people here. How many of you could say that you have the best broker and the best mutual fund? I know they all stink. You don't need them. They don't care about you. Nobody's going to care about your money better than you. So what do you need them for? You could do it yourself, right? But you have to surround yourself with a great team. That's what trading is all about, ladies and gentlemen. You have to surround yourself with a great team. And how do you become a great at what you do? You first have to learn how to speak the language. You have to learn how to read charts, keeping it simple. You have to have instructors that are going to trade with you. Like here's a trade on Pandora. One of our students, Alex Liu, made 43 cents on it. I don't know, 43 cents sounds like peanuts, right? 43 cents, I don't know. Well, let's times that by 1,000 shares. Wow, 43 cents, $430. I'll take it in 15 minutes. But how did Andrew know how to take a profit at 43 cents, guys? How did he know that? How did he know to take a profit? How many of you here know how to take a profit? Can anybody answer that question? How do you know a stock's going to go down? How do you know when enough's enough? Leah doesn't know. Supply and demand. Exactly. And let me just change the slide here. Rich Lepis, one of our instructors at Cybertrade University, did a posting, in our trading room, and says, there's a 10,000 share sell in Pandora. Look at that. So what do you think happened to the price of the stock? At $13, look what happened. It dropped $300 from the high. So that nice little profit that David had would have lost it all if he didn't have a game plan or didn't have the support from the instructors at Cybertrade University to work with him. That's where it comes, ladies and gentlemen. So that's basically just very few of the things that we do at Cybertrade University. Don Alters, she's here right now. She traded, anyone saw VRX? We were just looking at it just a minute ago. Stock was $260. How many of you here had a stock, like VRX. Where is it? Right there, right? Went from 260 all the way down to $72. How about this one? CLVX. Here's a stock we made a lot of money on the bounce. Stock went from $100 in one day, dropped down to 35, and went all the way down to 26. Could you imagine? Try to go home and tell your wife that one. Oh yeah, honey, we're going to close on that stock that we made so much money over the course of the year. We made 40. Now we could buy that nice house and put that nice deposit on that new second home. I'm going to cash out of it. Well, I'm not ready yet. Maybe I'm going to hold on to it. Meanwhile, the stock kept dwindling down, and boom, you wake up the next morning. Not only did you lose all the money, but now you're negative. Donna, it was a great trade. I know you did great on it, right, Donna? I mean, there's your tweet. Basically your text. Best open for her ever. You know what $7 on 1,000 shares is, ladies and gentlemen? What is $7 on 1,000 shares? And look at it, 930. See it right there, 930? That's the open. It went from $94 in a matter of 30 minutes, went all the way to 76. Too bad she didn't make the whole 18. Unfortunately, she only made 7. All right, well, not the end of the world. That's right, $7,000. So congratulations to Donna. And she's here to kind of, testify for and back it up. But anyway, it's all about discipline. It's all about discipline. Now, when it comes to trading, ladies and gentlemen, trading is a game, and you got to know how to follow the big block orders. This is what my mentors always taught me, okay? Before I was a winner, I was a big loser. I blew up 3 accounts. I did. I mean, listen, I just hope a lot of you are not going to be like me when I first started. The difference between you and I is there's no one here that's, I don't assume anyone's here 22 years old, okay? But when I started, I was 22 years old, and I was a cocky 22-year-old that thought I was on top of the world. And I went out there and I says, I'll trade my account. I'll do this, do that. I borrowed money. I did everything I can, maxed out my credit cards because I kept seeing people, because people were making money hand over fist back in 1995. But I couldn't figure it out. I kept losing and losing and losing. And I just didn't know. I was a smart kid. I was no dumb kid, but I kept losing. I didn't know what I was doing wrong. And finally, when I raised the white flag and I says, there's got to be an easy way, I did exactly what you guys are doing right now without coming to a webinar because the technology wasn't there. I finally went to a seminar and I went to go get a job to learn how to trade from real professionals that do this all day long. And when I was watching the same exact thing that you're doing right now, I realized I should have never, ever made my first trade. And this is what they told me, and this is when the light bulb kicked in. They told me this. They said, ladies and gentlemen, when you think you know something about the stock market, you're going to lose all your money. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what 70% of the volume is doing out there. If you're not watching and monitoring where all the big boys are, you're just plain old guessing. You're just gambling. I don't know about you, but I heard if you drink and drive, not only could you go to jail for a long time, but you might even kill somebody. Forget about killing yourself, killing someone else. So I kind of, I think we all know that. So why do you want to go out there and gamble and trading and lose everything that you work so hard for? For what? Do you think it's not that hard to learn how to trade, ladies and gentlemen? What you got to do is take the time, spend a little money, and give us a shot at CyberTrading University to see and learn from students that we've trained. But you got to follow the money. That's basically where it comes. Like, for example, anyone here know how to read a chart? Anyone know how to read charts out there? I think that's like the first thing people do. I mean, it's like, oh, you got, because there's like 1,000 different charts. By the way, does anyone know who invented charts? Who invented charts? Someone's got to know. No, they don't. No, they don't. Japanese? The Chinese candles? No, absolutely not. There you go. Market to nail right ahead. Mathematicians. Who do you want to learn from, a mathematician or an engineer? Let's think about this for a second. Anyone here, anyone here watching the financial stations? Look at the financial stations and look at the New York Stock Exchange, okay? And you know what? Here at Cyber Trading University, we do a lot of activities for our students. The most recent activity that we did is Cyber Trading University had a cocktail reception on the New York Stock Exchange. Anyone ever been down there? Anyone ever been to New York Stock Exchange other than our students? Probably would like to go down there, right? So anyway, we had a cocktail reception down there in New York Stock Exchange, obviously after it was closed. And you know, and I told the students, go look at all the trading computers. Try to go out there and see how many charts you could read. How many computers have charts? And probably out of every 50 monitors, you might have found maybe one chart. You know what they did see? Numbers, orders. Orders are what control the market. You think a trader cares about what happened in the past? He wants to predict the future. He wants to know who's out there. He doesn't care what happened in the past. The past is irrelevant. Anything can happen. Okay? Now, when it comes to trading, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you have to, like, I'm a tape reader. I was taught how to read the tape to follow orders. And when you're looking at orders, like for example, like this one, you know, basically you see trades going off. You're seeing who's buying and selling. Like this example, look at all the reds. The reds mean that people on the bid are getting executed, right? So what do you think if there's a lot of transactions going on the bid? Of course the stock chart's going to tell you it's going down because the chart is getting its data from time and sales. Think about it. You could be one step ahead of everybody else. You'll know exactly where the stock is going if you just watch the orders. Because when you see a lot of people buying it from sellers and the trades are coming up in green, I mean, do you really need that chart to tell you that? Because if you wait for the chart to do it, guess what? You're too late. You got to see the orders out there. You got to see if they're getting executed. Remember what I just said earlier. My mentors always taught me, he says, Fausto, once you think you know something about the stock market, you're going to lose. You got to follow the money. Now, how many of you here are following the money? Anyone here following orders? Any of you following the big block high frequency trades? Other than if you're not a student. Where do you find these numbers? Well, guess what? At the end of this presentation, give me about 5 more minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to invite all of you to kind of watch and learn and see it happening for 3 days. Have any of you guys ever been in a professional trading room? Anyone actually been, you know, and watched, you know, professional traders trade the market and finding these stocks that are up 20, 30, 50%, people making thousands of dollars a day? Anyone ever been there? Okay, well, I got good news. You guys want to come? You want to join me and see it happen? Okay, so good. All right, so not only am I going to give it to you, you know, and tell you how to join, but what I want you to understand is that I don't want you to judge me on one day because sometimes we do, like, especially these last 2 days, we hit like home runs, and you know, it's very, you can't, you know, it's not always a great day, you know, when it comes to trading. Some days are phenomenal, like today and yesterday, and you know, who knows what could be like tomorrow. But the thing is, I want you to come for several days and to see what it's like to be there before the market opens and after the market closes. And then you'll know if trading's for you or not. Because once again, by you coming into the trading room and seeing us trade, this is going to let you know if trading's for you or not. Okay? So once again, now finding stocks, you know, one of the things that we do when we find stocks is that we'll go out there and we'll work off the percentage gainers and losers. We'll trade stocks that have volatility, not volume. Sometimes volume doesn't make a stock what we call tradable. They might have too many big spreads. They might be moving too fast. Because I get people ask me all the time. They're like, "Yeah, Fausto, I saw that stock. I saw a match this morning, or I saw the KBIO, and it was just too damn fast." Yeah, but it wasn't too bad fast yesterday. It just so happened that everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. Buy on rumors, sell on news. But you got to know how to kind of dissect them and look at them. Which one is better than the other? Because remember, you only need one. You don't need them all. You need one stock to make your day's pay. That's all you need. But what we trade, I don't care. People ask me, like, how do you not know what you're trading? How do you not care what the company does? Do you think I care about Match.com? I'm married. I got 3 kids. Does that mean I'm not going to trade Match.com? I think my wife's going to come up to me and says, "Why did you trade Match? Were you looking to go out with somebody?" No, making money, honey. Oh, definitely. How much did you make? Thousands. Oh, knock yourself out, honey. Go do whatever you want. Just don't put anything on there. You think, am I ever going to trade Match again? No. Square. Do I need Square? No, I have a merchant account. But Square is a great opportunity. But how many of you out there actually traded those stocks? No. What everyone likes to trade? Ooh, what's Apple doing? What is Tesla options doing? You know why people trade options? Because they can't afford the stock. And if you can't afford the stock, you can't afford to trade. You don't want to be a poor man playing a rich man's game. And the reason why that is because no one really taught you how to trade right. That's what it's all about. But Don, I just mentioned how we find them. We find them. We're going to find them in the trading room. This is what we're going to teach you, and this is what I'm going to show you how we find them, because every day is a new day, and things change constantly. But we run a professional trading room, and I want you to come in the trading room, and I want you to see how we find them, because I can't explain it, in the next 5 minutes. I need to explain to you in a couple of days, and you need to sink it, because some of us are getting a little old, okay? And sometimes things go a little, we kind of slow down a little bit, and sometimes we need to hear things about 10, 20, 30 times and need a few hours to catch on to it. And no disrespect for anyone here, but but you're not, but if you really want to see these things that move and you want to see people making a lot of money doing it, this is going to be an opportunity for you guys to come and join and see if it's several days, okay? But we'll show you in the real market hours. But really briefly, just give you a one sentence where we find them through the execution system, through their percentage gainers and losers. Okay? So potential income. Listen, you don't need a lot of money to make a day's pay. Think about it. 50 cents. If you can make 50 cents a day, you could do 2 trades a day at 25 cents. That's $500 a day. That's over a 6-figure salary. You make $120,000 a year. How many of you here are on Social Security? How many of you had to go back to work, because you're not making enough money? How many of you are working harder now than you worked before? You have the opportunity to trade, to get into the business of the best business in the world. Trading, there's no business in the world that you don't need a lot of money to do this. Okay? You don't need a lot of money to do it, and it'll pay you the highest salary that you could even imagine. Remember what I told you before we started. Why are they debating for the presidential election and they keep bashing Wall Street? We got to charge those Wall Street guys more money. We got to tax them more. They're funding, you hear Donald Trump says, the super PACs, where are they getting their money? They're getting from Wall Street guys. Why are they doing that? There's a reason, because we know how to make money. That's why you're here. You're not here to beat them. You're here to join them. So let us show you how they do it. But we don't need to make the 20 to 50, $100 million like they do. Some of us would be happy to maybe make 50,000. But it's a part-time job, and it's something that you could do. So when it comes to that, ladies and gentlemen, who here, has a problem making $100,000 a year? I know I don't. But some of you are having a tough time doing it. Why? Because a lot of you don't have the discipline. A lot of you don't have the education. You know, here at Cyber Trading University, before I show you how to come and join us, here at Cyber Trading University, we do things where we build journals for you. How many of you guys are actually monitoring your trades and knowing where you're making money, where you're losing money, why you bought this, why you sold that? Any of you guys doing that? View your trades, view your positions. How many of you guys are getting coached by instructors, analyzing your trades? Knowing why we bought Taser yesterday, made $196, went long, went short, knowing what the stock is doing. These are things that we teach you at Cyber Trading University. These are the tools that we give you at Cyber Trading University. These are the Twitter feeds that we give you at Cyber Trading University to get you prepared for what's moving and what's not. Remember, to be a good trader, not only do you need to have a great instructor and a great school, but you got to have great students around you that are doing just as well as you are, because you need to have a good team. Now, who here could come and join me who here could come and join me? By the way, the stock that I told you about, VRX, look what's happening to VRX. And let me just show you something really quick, ladies and gentlemen. What you're all going to be invited to, this is our trading room right here. This is our trading room. These are all our students trading. And if you look right here, look at all the students that are trading VRX, and look how much money they're making. Fred N just bought it at $80. Right now it's at $81.85. Bought 1,000 shares. Boom, he's already up about 1,000. He's up about $1,600 bucks. How many of you here would have liked to bought it at $12.48 and sell it at $12.51 and make yourself 1,000 bucks? Anyone have a problem with that? I know I don't. So if you want to see the facts, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to be part of that trading room, and you want to see how it works over the couple of days, and see how these things move the way they do, like this, well, this is all I ask. Let us mentor you. Let us show you how to do it. See why the top brokerage firms refer people to us, and I'll teach you today how to do it. All I ask is this: $37, okay? Basically, the $37 is covering the cost for the webinar technology. That's the only reason why we ask for it. We're not keeping the lights on for $37. Now, I personally guarantee your money back. If you register for the 3 days, by the way, if you call in today, you call in now, we'll throw in an extra 2 days, and I'll throw a workshop. I'm going to be doing a live trading demonstration in the trading room tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So you get that as a bonus, all right? But give me the 5 days, and for $37, just to cover the cost for the webinar technology, because that's what it cost us. If you have $37, after 5 days, if you're not satisfied, at least you'll know what trading's about. And most importantly, watch the professionalism, learn, listen to our staff, listen to our education advisors, and see the staff that we have here and how we educate you and train you how to do this. But don't lose this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, because this is an opportunity knocking on your door. If you're looking to finally do this right, let us show you how to do it right, because honestly, it's not for everybody. All right? Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? If you want to register, you could always click on the link on the bottom left. Let me just bring that up. You could actually register right here. But remember, if you register over the internet, you only get 3 days. If you call up, you get the additional 2 days plus the workshop. All right. The breakdown. Well, the breakdown you're going to get with it is when you register, David and Jerry, you are going to be logged into the trading room on the Cyber Trading University website. let me just bring it up for you and show you a little bit, give you step-by-step directions of how it's going to work. When you go to CyberTrading University and you log into your account, which says member ID, let me just bring it up for you. Okay, right here where it says go to chat room, right there, that will automatically log you into the trading room. Okay, and not only that, but you'll have your own dashboard. You'll have some courses out there. Basically, this is right here. You'll have your courses. You'll have some sample videos. All this good stuff you're going to get for 37 bucks. That's it. Okay. Let me just bring this up. Where am I? Sorry about that. Okay. Once again, if you want to register, you should be able to see it on your screen right now. If you don't see it, just I went out there and shared it on my screen. Let me just give you the link really quick right here again one more time. $37. There you go. There we go. A couple of questions. A little late for this. Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I thought there was a correction on that, but it's actually the. Oops. Let me just fix that. It's actually the 20th. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. Can we see you online on both sites? Visit to? Yes, you can. It's all online. You don't have to come on site. Everything is online. Okay? Everything is online. And it's recorded too. Any other questions? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, what's the worst thing that could happen to you making a $37 investment? You're going to find out if trading's for you or not. If it's not for you, you got your money back guaranteed. But the reason why we ask for $37 is we're looking for people that are serious, people that really want to do it. We're not going to charge you afterwards or anything like that. You know, that's not the game we play. We just want to make sure if this is for you or not. Can you make a site visit in our office in Syosset? Make an appointment. Nero, what's after that? Well, what's after that, Nero, is that when you're in the cyber group room, this is our trading room. It's not our teaching room. So if you like what you see, then talk to an education advisor, and then they'll tell you a little bit about if you want to learn, move forward with this. Because trading, it takes several months to learn how to do it. There's not a 4-year college degree, and you won't have to spend $250,000 to do it, to learn to be a philosopher, but you're definitely going to learn, you know, you definitely need to know if it's for you or not. Do you get the workshop when you call in? Yes, you do get the workshop if you call in, and that's tomorrow morning. Thomas, well, thank you very much for that compliment. Thomas is saying, I've been a student for a while, and I promise you'll be amazed on what a great investment this is for yourself. Well, Tom, thank you very much for sharing that. And you know what? There's a lot of people that are here today, and once again, there are 2 types of people in here, which I hope. There's some of you going to move forward with us, and some of you are going to realize trading's not for you, and you're going to go back to your day job. I just don't hope that a lot of you are not the typical 10 million people out there, 90% failure out there, that take free webinars and just say, well, let me try it out and see how it goes. What's the worst thing that can happen of a small investment, $37? You get your money back, you get some free training, you're being a trading room and see stocks up 50, 100, 1,000% on a day, which people think that's impossible. Listen, I guarantee it. Is the workshop just on Friday? Well, no, we have workshops. We have a traders talk on Wednesday. We have closing bells on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have morning meeting and an afternoon meeting, one at 9 a.m. Eastern time and then 2:30. There's a lot. Every one of you are going to have access to an education advisor. They're going to tell you a little bit more about it. So you get a little bit of an understanding. They're going to walk you through how to get into the room if you don't know how to do it. So we want to make sure that you have a very good experience at CyberTrading University. Donna, thank you very much for that compliment. Really good trainers and coaches at CTU. Thank you so much for that. How long is the workshop? The workshop runs about half hour to an hour. We don't really trade that long. We just trade and make our days pay, and that's it. Make a couple of hundred, couple of $1,000, and then we go on and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Don, you could do it as low as $99 a month if you wanted to be part of the room. You don't need a trading platform. Absolutely not. Are they well off like me? Absolutely. Every single one of them. It's one of the requirements here at CyberTrading University, Jerry. What's there not to be excited about? Making money? No problem. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we call it a day? All right, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you taking the time to sit in here and listen in. Now it's time to step up to the plate and take it to the next level. I look forward to seeing you all in the trading room. Make sure you talk to an education advisor because you have to activate your account. So when you talk to them, register over the phone or register online. They'll take care of it from there. Everyone's going to get a free consultation with an instructor also. Make sure you talk a little bit about it. But remember, you're going in a trading room, not a teaching room. Your goal is to be in that room and see people trade and watch what we're doing and seeing how great of a business that you're getting into. And this will at least give you the guidance to let you know if this is for you or not. No matter if you're an options trader, an investor, a swing trader, whatever you are, you at least should know exactly what everything is all about and how it works. So it's a great way to kind of get all your questions answered. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you all being here, and be safe out there. Okay. Thank you very much. Happy trading, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you.
CyberTrading University, the world leader in education for traders and investors, has over 15 years of experience teaching students how to make the most of their portfolios in volatile markets. CyberTrading University gives members the best educational opportunity to become a successful trader. CyberTrading University offers many benefits: class content, webinars, instructors, live class interaction, customer support, customer loyalty, security, and many more. CyberTrading University prides itself on working with the best brokerage firms and software companies in the business to offer free demos and platform tutorials. This gives our students the ability to fully leverage their trading tools in their daily market routines. The perfect time to trade these volatile markets and learn Wall Street secrets. Register today at www.cybertradinguniversity.com or call 877-70-CYBER to speak with an educational advisor and sign up for a free introductory course in stocks, forex, options, technical analysis, swing trading, and much more.